So, students, do you see the presidential seal in this office? Okay, this is remember, you want to get them involved. Get them involved. Where is it? The carpet. Take a look. Seal it. Okay, look at the desk. Okay. All right, so you want to get them involved. A couple of ways you can do this, depending on your age group, whether it's adult or children or high school or college. If it's children, if it's students, I talk to them about a day in the life of the president. He gets the wake-up call at 7:30 in the morning from the White House operator. He gets dressed. He has breakfast. He comes through that door. He's promptly at his desk at 9 o'clock. He meets with, he looks to see what's going on in the world. This is language they can understand. Maybe he meets with the Secretary of State and so forth. He might be writing letters. See that? He handwrites letters. He takes those, he goes down through this passageway. This is where the secretaries sit and members of the cabinet. He gives them, the secretaries, maybe speeches. Now, students, you listen to this. They did not have computers. They were typing on an IBM Selectrix. This will give the adults a chance to laugh for a moment. Maybe he goes out through that doorway to the Rose Garden just to take a breath of fresh air. Maybe he goes through that door with his Vice President George H.W. Bush, kind of like a private dining room, just to talk about things. All right, now let me switch it out to an adult tour. The adults are fascinated with the furniture, the decor, and so forth. You can talk about the colors of the Southwest. You can talk about the exact dimensions that when their library is being built, President Reagan would come in here, and he knew something wasn't right just toward the end, and they were almost done. And then they realized the distance between the floor and the ceiling was inaccurate. What were they going to do? They had to lower the floor. So if you're wondering why you're coming downstairs and going up a ramp, that's it. Now, and Kathy is much better at this than I am, just picking up artifacts in here that you might want to talk about. But if you only have a few seconds, pick out a few interesting things. With students, you might talk about the portraits. Tell them by just, well, everybody has agreed. Every president will have, by tradition, a portrait of, and don't tell them, who is it, students? Let them say George Washington. And there's many portraits of George. Explain to them, you know, this is a young General George. Maybe President Reagan picked out this one because he was a member of the cavalry, just like President Reagan loved horses. He was a general at the time. The other president, this is a good one for adults too, and put them on the spot if you have adult chaperones. The other president can be any president of the president's choosing. Now, who is that over there? Now, some of the adults might not get it. The kids might say $20 bill, what can we do with Andrew Jackson? Why Andrew Jackson? 3 important reasons. Cavalry, humble beginnings, perhaps the most important, president of the West. The Resolute Desk, of course, you know the story, and we don't have time for all that. That's fascinating. I point out, FDR didn't want to be photographed. You know the story, right, everybody? And I also, JFK. Okay, I'll stop talking.
I noticed the seal is facing the other side.